Hello, manifestors. Let's talk about something today that is very common out there in the manifesting community, and I don't think that is been discussed very much, so it's time to do it now. My name is Sylviane. I am a manifesting coach. If you are interested in one-on-one coaching, group coaching, and many other things related to learning more about manifesting, about being a conscious manifestor, please check the links below in the description box. If you are new here, please subscribe. This helps my channel. Like the video if you liked it and comment. I love to read your comment and answer your questions if you have any questions. Without further ado, let's go into our video. So that thing that is not discussed very much out there is, who are you trusting more? Are you understanding who you truly are? Are you understanding that you are God having a physical experience? That yes, you are your little ego. You are John or Joe or Jane or whoever, right? You are who you believe that you are, with a certain name, a certain height, a certain face and body and so forth. But you are not just that. You are also God within. You are that God force having a physical experience through all the many filters that you have created for yourself, and that in many cases were created for you before you were even conscious of being conscious, so to speak. So you are identifying with a certain identity, and that identity is your self-concept. And this is why we always focus on saying and repeating that you have to work on your self-concept. No matter what you are manifesting, that should be the number one focus. Because your self-concept is what you identify yourself through, right? So this is why your self-concept is super important. And when you have a weak self-concept, it is so easy for you to disconnect, to forget who you truly are. So what I want to discuss today is, when you are manifesting a desire and you hear someone that is absolutely not awake, right? A friend or a coworker, whoever. You hear someone talk to you against your manifestation. So let's say, the typical example, you are manifesting a specific person and someone tells you, well, don't keep your hopes up. The guy has not talked to you in 2 years, and so forth and so on. Who do you trust more in that moment? Do you trust yourself, your inner man, your God self more? Or do you trust more the mouth of this asleep person who doesn't even know who they truly are? And who you know very well are basing all their thoughts and reactions and everything on the 3D. Because, when I ask you the question this way, the answer seems so obvious. Well, of course. Of course I trust myself better, more, because I know who I am than this person who is not even awake, right? Who doesn't even know the law, who doesn't even know who they are. That seemed to be an obvious answer. But the true answer is no, not at all. When you have someone come up to you and tell you that you can't have your desire, and again, whatever it is, fortune, a specific person, health, a house, whatever. Well, my dear friends, many of you, and I know for a fact because you come to me with those, right? You are trusting that person, that non-awakened person that doesn't even know what they're talking about, that doesn't know the law. You are trusting that person more than you are trusting the law, than you are trusting yourself, and then you are trusting your God self. So the question is, why is that? So let's dissect this subject a little bit. Number one, when you tend to believe what people who are completely not aware and awake are telling you, what does it show? Right off the bat, what does that show? It shows that you don't have faith in yourself, in the law, and in your inner self, in your God self. You don't have enough faith. And it also shows that you have a weak self-concept. And by the way, I'm linking this up here and down below, which is my last video about self-concept and how important that is. So when you hear someone saying something opposite to your desire, even saying that you can't have it, whatever it is, it's coming from a low self-concept. And don't forget, it's coming to you, it's coming at you because your world is yourself pushed out, as Neville said. What does that mean? It means that if you have any doubt, any strong doubt in you, any fear, any negative stuff like that, people are going to talk to you about it. They are going to reflect that back onto you. So every time a client or a follower on Instagram, on Facebook, whatever comes to me, or on YouTube, comes to me and tell me, well, someone told me this or that, the first thing I tell them is, well, they are only mouthing your own doubts. Because that's how it works. That's how the law works. Why do you think that when we build up our self-concept, we start hearing people saying amazing things to us? You look amazing, you look confident, you look this, you look that, all good stuff. Because we feel so great inside that people can't help it, because they are us pushed out, but to say those things to us. However, when on the other hand, we feel doubtful, we feel weak, we feel not good enough, we feel all those bad things, well, the same thing happens. People, without knowing what they're doing, because there's no such thing as free will, they are going to reflect that onto us. So let's say I'm strongly doubting that I can have my desire. Well, my best friend is going to tell me, you can't have that, because they have no choice but being you pushed out. They are going to mouth your own doubts. So this is why you are hearing people telling you that you can't have your desire. Because number one, you don't have faith. You don't have faith in the law, in yourself, in your inner self. And you have a low self-concept that gives room for this type of reflection onto you in the 3D world. So basically, it's a vicious cycle. You are creating those very people who are telling you that you cannot have your desire. You are the one, because of your doubts, because of your lack of faith, because of your low self-concept, you are the one creating those people's behavior in your world. Because consciousness is the only reality. Your consciousness is the only reality. It means that what you are conscious of in this world will reflect back onto you. That's all the 3D world is, from the day you were born to the day you die in this body. Your 3D world is a reflection of your consciousness. If your consciousness is, I have zero faith in me, zero faith in the law, I feel very weak, my self-concept is very low, people around you in your world are going to reflect that. Therefore, they are going to tell you, you can't have your desire. And then you are going to come to me or other coaches and say, well, I was told this and that, and it makes me feel bad. Well, you've created that. You are in this vicious cycle of creating a low concept of yourself. Therefore, creating mouths out there that are going to tell you exactly what you don't want to hear, but which is exactly what you believe. Do you get that, guys? Because as I often say, it is very important that you get it. Because once you get that, you are going to stop complaining about what people say, which is the opposite of what you want to hear. Because you are going to know who is the source of this. It's always you. I am always the source of what's happening to me. Why? Because I know that the world, life, doesn't happen to me. It happens from me. And that includes other people's mouths and behavior. Once you remember that your 3D is feedback, that's all the 3D is, good, bad, indifferent. Your 3D is feedback to what's going on inside. So, if you are lacking faith, if you are lacking a good, solid self-concept, your 3D, and mostly through other people, obviously, is going to reflect that. So, the next time you hear someone talking to you, mentioning something that implies that you can't have your desire. No, it doesn't mean that you can't. Because anyway, it's coming from someone who is completely ignorant, right? It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that you can't have your desire. But what it does mean is that you have a low self-concept and low faith in this law. So it simply means that you have to work on what? Well, again and always, on yourself. Build yourself up from within. Build your faith, build your self-concept. And people out there are going to stop telling you that you can't have your desire, but rather, they are going to start reflecting your new self. And not only other people are going to say the things that you want to hear, but your desire is going to manifest. If you need my help to manifest your desire and build your self-concept, check the links down below to my website. Thank you for watching, guys. Please subscribe if you are new here, like, comment. This helps my channel, and I'll see you next time.